Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition running on Nintendo Switch.
Aren't you...
Offer help.
Huh? It looks to you like I need help. Huh, interesting. That's kind of a surprise. I mean, I thought humans weren't used to the whole talking with Xenos business. Honestly, I never expected one to actively approach me. I hope I didn't offend you there. Say, you're a member of that Blade organization, aren't you? Hear me out for a moment, would you? As you guessed, I am in a sort of a bind. Thank you. You are a kind soul, aren't you? Okay, here's the story. Whoa, that's a lot of people. Hey, do Clorians really stand out so much? Our physical features don't seem all that different. Well, anyway, I don't think any of us are enjoying this attention much. Let's go someplace quieter.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is
Darn
Mira,
it.
but you can call me Neil. Incidentally, is this your first time seeing a Clorian in the flesh?
Correct.
Aha! Yeah, that's what I thought. We're uncommon. We Clorians rarely leave our home planet. Even I don't bump into many out here. Just to double check though. Your organization, Blade, was that the name? It's a paramilitary group equipped for combat. That about right? Okay, good. That's exactly the sort of thing I'm looking for. But then, it being a high-risk job, there's a ton of red tape to go through. The big cheeses need to sign off on it. They're even more fussy when a Xeno like me is involved. Nobody wants a diplomatic incident, right? I was ready to give up and go it alone, but you showed up right in the nick of time. It's my lucky day. From what I can see, some Blades are willing to accept jobs at their own discretion. That'd be an accurate assessment, right?
Let's reserve judgment.
Of course. That's sensible. All right, let me lay it out for you. In the area that you humans call Oblivia, there's a huge ring-shaped structure. I want to investigate it, personally. You see, I'm a researcher of what in your language you'd call archaeology. My main focus is ancient alien ruins and literary archives. In short, you might call me a cosmo-archaeologist. Now, if that ring structure is anything like the thing I think it is, it may not be quite as innocuous as it seems. I'd like to hurry up and analyze its true nature. For that, I'd need to do some field work. Except, as you might be aware, that area is teeming with hostile indigens. Basically, I need you to protect me from danger long enough for me to complete my survey. That will be the gist of my request. How about it? I'll fight too if the going gets tough, of course. I promise you, I've been in my fair share of scrapes. Exploring ruins is no picnic. Alright, that'll be enough chit-chat. Let the journey to the giant ring begin! And thanks again for this.
Am I gonna make a video pre-ordering the Switch? No. I'm not that hungry for clicks. Besides, it you know, might be just me, you know, refreshing a page and then it just sitting there for 2 hours.
And there's the rub. I had hoped we wouldn't encounter any.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get anything out of me, like looking at a web page.
Time to earn your dinner.
Attack from range. Follow me.
I've got your cover fire. Shadow strike.
Now, follow with a real
I mean, I'm not really one of those like just chatting streamers, right? You just sit there and turn on the camera and then just blah 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 away.
I'm punching a hole in you.
Number one, there's like only like 3 or 4 of you guys that like log into the stream, right? Everybody else watches videos afterwards. You know, I'm not really a live streamer. Even though I live stream, you know, that's not like the focus of I think what most people come here for. And I don't ever want to become one of those people. I post my schedule and it's like, hey, come and chat and we'll just talk about nothing, absolutely nothing. And I'll beg for subscriptions and donations. And again, nothing necessarily wrong with that. I think if you need to do that for a living, then that's totally fine. I just don't need to. I prefer a much more like casual, pressure-free environment.
Huh, nicely done. You dispatched them expertly. Right, time marches on. I'll lead the survey from here. First off, we'll check the base of the ring. We're looking for data plug consoles. If all goes well, we may just be able to salvage our Mystery Hoops activity log. Let me think. I believe 2 should be enough. Until then, would you entertain any unwelcome guests?
Yeah, I got your back.
Somehow I knew you'd say that. My life is resting wholly in your hands. Right then, let's get to work. We'll have this survey done in a blink.
She must be a fan favorite. I mean, she's basically a cat girl.
Here I come, sunshine.
I'll assist you however I can.
Follow with a real bone.
I've got your cover fire.
Rising blade.
I mean, I actually don't have a whole lot of confidence in these retailers.
Tackle it up close.
And all of these retailers were known for just canceling pre-orders when the PlayStation 5 first launched. So like even if I got lucky and let's say I got like all 3, I'm not counting GameStop because I'm not going to try to buy from them. But even if I got like all 3, excuse me. Even if I got an order for all 3 places, you know, Target, Walmart, and Best Buy, then they could just decide to, oh, whoa, sorry, we took in too many pre-orders. We'll just cancel yours. And it's just like, oh, great.
Rising blade. Yes. Now tackle it up close. Assault hammer. I'm punching a hole in you. Now let's go find components.
That's why I think it's like the best option is getting the invite from the Nintendo store. But you know, it is random. You have 72 hours to respond, which I think is also nice. Like I don't have to be there on the date and the time and scramble around. But you know, you would have had to had a Nintendo Switch Online account, and you've had to play like 50 hours on the system. Which obviously I you know, I meet all those requirements. I mean, I have hundreds of games on the Switch. And if you look at, you know, like the, you know, 2023 and below, even a lot of 2024, like I have so many Switch games that we played. So many. You know, you salvage Giant Ring Activity Log 1. But Nintendo doesn't necessarily look at streamers as like allies and good salesmen for them. For whatever reason, they sort of hate the streaming community. And I think all the major publishers are like that. You know, Sony's pretty infamous for, you know, clamping down on game streamers. Nintendo is obviously also pretty infamous for that as well. I don't know about Microsoft. I don't know. I'm not sure how many like Microsoft fan streamers there are. I'm sure there's some, but I never really hear about Microsoft like trying to take them down. Yeah. I imagine the Switch 2 will get lots of exclusives too. I mean, to me, there's really no doubt that this system will be successful in both sales and in content. I mean, I think they're going to do just fine. But yeah, you notice that like I never get like sponsored videos. As you know, even though, you know, the thousands of hours I've streamed Nintendo games and talk about how much I love the system, you know, I'll never get one of those deals. Yes, yeah. Their creator program is also really, really stringent. Like, their creator program is only for streamers that cover only Nintendo, which obviously I don't do that. I mean, I cover all the systems. So, like, I could never, like, I wouldn't ever qualify for that program.
I'm punching a hole in you.
And I mark all of my streams as mature, right? I don't mark my streams as family friendly. Even though typically these are actually family-friendly streams. Like, I'm not, you know, swearing up a storm necessarily. But I am playing like some games that are, you know, not general audience or, you know, we play a lot of teen games and a lot of mature games as well. So like the criteria to be a Nintendo streamer is, you know, not great. Or if you're just already a big streamer, you know, if you're like a Jacksepticeye or a Markiplier, you know, you're gonna get those deals. Like I said, I'm not like interested in that kind of work. Like, I don't want to work for them. I don't want to work for them without pay. You know? That's often what it comes down to. It's like, oh, well, you're basically just free labor. I like other systems too. You know, the Nintendo systems might be my favorite, but I don't like play games on them exclusively. And from Nintendo's point of view, it's like, why would we partner with somebody who doesn't just play our games and just talk about us? I was like, yeah, that's fair, you know. Yeah, I don't think Nintendo looks at streamers as good advertising necessarily. Like, even though that's what we are, is we're good advertising, but since we're not necessarily being like corporate shills, we're maybe not worth their time. I don't know. It's a real complex. It's a real complex situation. But yeah, I'm more than happy not to be sponsored. If anything, I think that's good. At least lets you know that I'm just going to give you content that I feel is nice, is fun, and I'm not under any pressure to try to like sell you something or tell you to use my link or something silly like that. We can just talk about the games or whatever comes up in mind while we're playing games. And, I mean, that's like the most entertaining thing for me, at least. You know, in a more chill setting, right, and not yelling at the top of my lungs or, you know, acting out like I'm 10 years old. You know, I'm a little too old to do that kind of stuff. There's money in that kind of behavior, but you know, I'd rather not. I'd rather just work a regular job and not have to be that kind of streamer. But you know, and I'm not necessarily crapping on those kind of streamers. I mean, you know, you do you, as they say. But like, I can't stand watching somebody that's like that. That, you know. That's, you know, basically like an old 10-year-old.
Good work. The expedition continues.
I think the worst thing about me is that I've never been that person, even when I was actually 10. I've always had a very mellow personality. And, you know, like my mom was like sensitive to every noise on the planet. So, you know, even if I had that personality, I mean, you know, I was in a kind of a strict household.
Strike first and strike hard.
Oh, I shouldn't fight this thing. What the hell am I doing? Like one time I was watching this clip of this, you know, this younger streamer. Younger in the sense that he was still living at home. You know, maybe he was 20 or 25. You know, who knows? I didn't know what his age was, but he's like, he was streaming and And you know, he kind of yells back, "Oh, hey mom, can you get me a snack or maybe something to drink?" And let me tell you, in my household, if I was around that age, you know, 16, 17, 18, and I'm just on my computer, you know, playing games, my mom would walk into that room and kick my ass. It's like, you get your own damn snack. Anybody who is lucky enough to have that kind of household, I mean, I envy them. I did not have that kind of household.
Well. Not a surprise, but still unexpected.
Yeah, my mom and dad were, you know, they're good people, but that's not the thing they tolerated. You know, it's like past a certain age when you can take care of yourself and you can feed your face by yourself. You know, I mean, around that age, I had a part-time job too, so it's like, you know, we have a certain like expectation, a certain maturity expectation for you.
That bothers me. It's the fact that there is Clurian tech incorporated into its workings. Our technology borrows heavily from ancient Samar, the oldest civilization.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us had those kind of childhoods, which is, it's like really surprising when I see like the younger streamers out there, and they, you know, they're lucky enough to have, you know, parents that are a lot looser with their standards, or I just have different standards. Yeah, I should say it that way. But I'm like, man, I would have loved to have a childhood like that.
This ring. They must have been one of those races. Although, given the state of this barren landscape, it looks as though they had another use in mind. Ironic that a tool meant to facilitate life was ultimately used to destroy it.
Offer her a few words of comfort? Yeah, sure. We'll be nice to the cat lady.
That's sweet of you. You're a kind soul. If only everyone were like you. Maybe then history would have played out differently. So the reason I survey ruins is to seek out vestiges of the tech my ancestors disseminated and to deal with them appropriately. To conserve any artifacts that may still be operational, or if they're being mishandled, to destroy them. Although in this ring's case, it seems to be completely out of commission. I could breathe easier knowing that.
Especially when I see like these nuisance streamers, you know, just streamers that go out in real life and they're just annoying, right? And in some cases, you know, sort of breaking the law. I'm just like, man, it must be nice to be able to behave that way and not have somebody just drop kick your ass and not be ashamed of it, you know? But that was a different era too. I mean, you know, parents could be like a little bit more cruel to their kids than they can nowadays. And it still be, you know, not something that was weird. It's kind of funny that some people think that those were like the good old days, but not as the kid. As a kid, they weren't the good old days. I mean, I prefer how it is now. Alright, see you later, Frank. What is he doing up there?
pack some more punch. Rising blade. Yes. I'll tackle it up close. Burning strike.
I'll take help.
Assault hammer. Rising blade. I'm punching a hole in you.
Upper hand.
Dancing on my head.
All or nothing. Samurai sword. Rising blade.
Big help.
Now flash. Flame grenade.
Ooh, wow, that was fast. Damn.
First grenade. All or nothing. Offensive stand. Rising blade. I need healing. There's no substitute for
Sheesh.
Yikes. They sure gave us a fright. I'm not sure what I would have done without you.
Ask her if she's okay. Inquire about the nature of the scales. Oh, worry about her, sure.
Yes, I'm perfectly fine, thanks to your quick handling of the situation. Looks like I scored a winner with you. I'm one lucky clue, huh? In any case, that pair of mechanical menaces, don't I know them? I can't seem to recall. I'll look into it later. Right, I think we've done about all there is to do here. Thanks again. Maybe down the line, the two of us can work together once more. Oh, and feel free to establish a rapport with me. I'm planning on staying in NLA for a little while yet. If you need me for anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'll happily assist.
As you were studying the giant ring structure, you were suddenly beset by two mystery skells, but you did your job and Neil came to no harm. Learn cycle launcher art. It looks like clothes modeled on Neil's outfit are now on sale. With her express permission, of course. Or more like with her intense direct supervision, supposedly. Anyway, can't let all that work go to waste, eh? Let's go on and try them later. Neil Nail. Filling out this roster. Getting there eventually. Oh, yeah, right. What a coincidence. Are you interested in cars? Yeah, sure. I expected as much. There's a glint in your eyes that I recognize from another car lover I know. I'm hardly an expert on the topic myself, but I know enough to poke around under the hood. It reminds me of that friend of mine. It reminds me how that friend of mine used to use all kinds of crazy car jargon when he drove me around in his classic car. White walls, glass packs, supercharged Hemi, rack and pinion steering, stuff like that. His car was really old-fashioned, and it stalled all the time. But I think that gave me an appreciation for the history of the automobile. Made me feel like cars were more than just a bunch of bolts and metal. Show off post, your first car was steam powered. Yeah, how about offer a ride? Just to take Alma for a ride once you buy a car. Sounds great, but first we have to bring back the classic cars. I wonder if there's enough information about old cars in the Lifehold archives for us to reproduce them. I know it's hardly feasible now, but let's do what we can to make it a reality someday. That would really be something to look forward to.
What do you think? Listen. Have you heard?
Oh, hey! Listen.
Wait.
Hear me out.
Afternoon. View first heart to heart. Do I not have a first heart to heart? My affinity with Lynn is pretty high. I think it's max. Yeah, it's max. What was her first heart to heart then? Cross? Do I have cross? Oh, I don't even have cross yet. Hope springs eternal. Okay, I guess we want to do that one.
Unbelievable.
Except marry me, basic mission. Oh my god, where the hell is that? Huh.
Hey.
I don't even see that available.
Hear me out.
Well. Ow! Hey. Thanks.
It's quite the honor to have you accept one of our requests. You're here to deliver the Moranium, I trust. Yeah, my thanks. I'll be sure to put in a good word to the CEO for you. crosses us. Barrister Court.
Hey!
I thought the barista was near the church, though. No? Guess I'm wrong.
Have you heard?
That's crazy.
Have you heard?
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think we did this one. Maybe not? Why is it not showing up?
Did you hear?
I've been developing new types of data probes, but all my work ended up scattered with the remains of the white whale. I know they would come in handy on blade missions, but without prototypes I couldn't get anyone to help. If only there was a blade somewhere who was well acquainted with Frontier Nav and willing to help me resume developing such new probes. Oh, but he has no mission for you. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea how to unlock this.
What is it?
I'm sorry, do I know you? If you need something, I'm sure one of the Granada's grunts will be more than happy to assist you. I haven't the inclination. She's developing a device that will somehow give the power of flight to skills that were designed for terrestrial combat. Her actual development work has made some good progress, but the field tests are apparently not going well. Earlier, the test skill lost control and nearly crashed into the city. That caused quite the fuss. It's not looking like the device is going to be easy to complete. But Lynn's passion for the project remains unabated, and that has convinced me that she'll see it through somehow.
Yes.
When the White Whale was in flight, Van Damme was its chief engineer. He earned the respect of a lot of the mechanics on board. Most of the people in my department continue to hold a deep admiration for the man. I know it was constantly being screamed at by Van Damme. That made me the skilled tech I am today. But even now, whenever the commander pays us a visit, I feel like a schoolboy in the presence of his teacher.
Oh. Indeed.
My non-technology is absolutely unbelievable. You know the armor that we've been working on, with no success I might add, to resist the strange energy attacks used by some Mira indigens? Well, the Manon banged it out like it was nothing. I really want to ask Candid Incredible's head technologist, Tajani, how it works. But as friendly as the Manon are, I bet even they wouldn't share trade secrets with a competitor.
Unbelievable.
Oh, we can just open this? That's silly. I have no idea. I guess I'll have to look that up a little bit more later. This is meowmurai. You've been watching Xenoblade Chronicles X running on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.